What's up, my boy Meech? Good to see you.
What's up, dude?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, well,
Good.
rested fully last night. I love when I get great sleep.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Are you a late night type of guy?
Sometimes, yes. Yes.
Definitely.
A lot of times I'll get to sleep around 11, like no later than 12. But no matter how late I go to sleep, I always get up at like 6:30.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Sometimes, it's like sometimes I wish I could sleep in, but
Yeah, I can't sleep in, dude. I get anxiety.
yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. And 6:30 is not even that early, but I would love to be able to like consistently get enough sleep to wake up at like 4 a.m. I think I would
Hey,
come
it's funny you say that because lately I've been waking up at 5 a.m.
word.
Been going to bed at like 8 and waking up at 5. This morning I woke up at 4:30.
Dude, I love that. You just get like you get way more done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And especially when everybody's asleep, alone time.
So
It's the best.
true. Like the energy is just quieter and
Mm-hmm. It rained this morning too. It was nice. It was a nice
dude,
morning.
same here, same here. Yeah, now the sky looks all cool.
Yeah.
Cleanse the energy. Yeah, I like to, I don't know, I think energetically, like things like rain, either it's a placebo, because I truly believe that rain energetically is like an energetic cleanse too. It just kind of when the hurricane came through here, you can really feel the energy in the air. And when the hurricane came through, it was like so calm and still. And so I don't know. I think weather and stuff like that happens also to clean the energy. So it's always nice. Oh man. Yo, there's a there's someone in El Salvador.
Yeah, I
Uh
saw your post just barely.
you did
Bought
see
some
that.
McDonald's with Bitcoin. That's badass.
I
That's
love that,
awesome.
man. Telling and they're using Strike, which is like for the payment processor, which is a Bitcoin layer or a layer on top of Bitcoin. It's still Bitcoin. Or Lightning is the layer and Strike is a company. So basically they're able to make most of the time Bitcoin transactions can take up to an hour, but by putting this extra layer on top of it, they're able to do Bitcoin transactions in like seconds, like just like a regular, scanning your card. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for more places to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to just go wherever I want and just choose whatever crypto I want to pay in.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's check charts right now. I've been trading a small leverage account on Bybit just put a little bit of money in. I don't like to trade crypto leverage very often, but when I do, it's money that I absolutely don't care about losing. So I'm trading on this Bybit account and see how it rolls. But Bitcoin peaking over 50K today is an amazing sign. We actually had resistance at like 48, 49, and we touched it multiple times, broke through. And so I think that this is the calm before the storm. Good storm, a bullish storm. I think crypto is gonna full send over the next few months. I'm very, very confident about that. but I also am a trader. So even though I'm extremely confident that crypto is going to run really strong the next few months, um, I'm also making sure that I protect myself. I'm not allowing that bias to get me anywhere. I'm allowing that I have that bias because of the charts. And so as a trader, I'm always open to things changing. And in crypto at times in the past, especially with crypto, because you can see such high gains in such little time if you time it right. It's easy to have like emotional attachment to to that when you experience that. So it's just imperative that we stay vigilant with our emotions. Um, so all of us that are in crypto over the next few months, and I think it could be the next 6 months, even it could go kind of slow. But just being very, very vigilant with ourselves and our emotions and where we're at. So as we're trading or investing or what have you, and we see returns, and you guys, every single one of you will obviously see money. Every single one of us, all of us will see money that we've an amount of money we've never experienced before. And I think it's very likely that for me, that's happened every time with crypto. Every time I get to a massive level like that, it's been because of crypto returns. So that I think will happen over the next 3 to 6 months, if you're in the right things. But even if you're in any as long as you're in any crypto, your portfolio will increase, I believe, over the next few months. But having said that, we have to stay very vigilant with the charts. Mostly with the high time frame. Okay, the daily is a way to get faked out a lot in Bitcoin, even especially the 4 hour and the 1 hour charts. Watching the weekly, the monthly, on and on are a lot better indicators. I mean, not really past the monthly. The yearly, though, sometimes on Bitcoin could be good. But anyways, I actually do want to talk about proper ways to notice the top, to notice when we're going to experience all this money. And I will tell you, it's a lot easier said than done to take money out when you should, because large amounts of money for most people, and they haven't, especially if it's a large amount of money they've never experienced before, tends to produce euphoria. And the reason is because, yes, people have a lot of emotional attachment to money, but even those that don't have large attachment to money, they have maybe some attachment to what it can provide, to freedom and such. And so that's what it in the past had been for me a lot, is just the freedom I get to experience. And I think that it's great that we experience these things. And I'm so glad that I got to go through a whole bull run of 2017 and the whole bear run after that, and watch this bull run. And because I can compare the two, and I can compare my emotions, and I hold on to a lot more money now than I had back then. So I love it. So anyways, learn from my experience. Just because I've seen it before. But instead of going through it, and instead of on your own learning and by losing, or not pulling as much profit as you could, learn from me. So first things first, I believe I'm sharing my screen. No, I'm just talking. I will share my screen. Okay. Let me just tell everyone we're live right now, since I'm flowing. I feel like what I'm putting out sounds good. Okay. How do we know? How do we know when it's the top? And just know, as bullish as I am in crypto, I'm going to repeat it very well could reverse. Like it could reverse tomorrow and start going down. So just be wary. I don't think that's going to happen. Mainly because look at this weekly chart. If you haven't already seen it, I know I posted it. The weekly chart on Bitcoin. We shared it yesterday too. Beautiful, beautiful close, retest of the moving average. And also there's a retest of this level down here. Remember, I've said multiple times, 100 times, maybe more, that we often, when we break out, we retest the high before the breakout. Remember that. Okay, so here's the breakout, right? How do we know it's a breakout? Let's continue that, right? We got this downtrend going. We know by lower highs, lower lows. This kind of dumped fast, but as soon as we get in engulfing, we close above the Bollinger Bands, right? We have these wicks. Here's the high before the breakout, meaning we made a new high and we retested that high before the breakout. Okay, coming back. That's why I feel really bullish. That's why I feel like everything's gonna go up. So now, where could it go to? And how do we know when? Actually, let's do that. How do we know when? So I'm gonna show you guys a blow off top. And let's actually pull this up in the charts too. Okay. Erase these drawings. And let's turn off Bollinger Bands. Okay. How do we know what to look for? I mean, all we have to look at is the past. And so every moment is a new moment. Every moment is individual. No two are ever the same, but there are patterns, right? Just like every winter is not the same, every spring, fall is not the same, but there is, in most places, those 4 seasons. Here, there's like 2 seasons. It's really nice and nice with some rain in between. Those are the 2 seasons here. Okay, but there are patterns. So just like that, just like nature, there are patterns in the markets, right? So here is the top, the absolute top, 2017. How can we know that this is the top? So that what can we look at? What are we looking for to know that this is the top? So that we can play the current bull run and make sure that we're getting out in a timely manner. Because I want to tell you guys, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my absolute best to tell you guys when to get in, when to get out, and be very, very vigilant. But I also want you to know I am a human. I'm doing things, but I'm in a very good flow. So things that I do, if I say I'm buying or selling in the group, I'm things that I'm actually doing. So I try to get as many screenshots as I can. But anyway, I'm going to try to just be there in the group. So just stay vigilant. Just to repeat with Discord, I've turned it off to where it won't notify every single post. But you can set your settings for specific channels in the Discord. So you can mute some, and then you can have notifications for others. Okay. So if you want, let's say you just want all the crypto trade calls, boom, just post there. So, or just turn the notifications on for that. So whatever you feel. Anyways, coming back, how do we know when we're at the top? So what I want to do first is look at it. I came to a chart that has a lot of older data. So this Bitcoin chart goes back to 2011. So very happy. So we can look at a couple tops because we have a couple major bull runs that we've just really three kind of that we've experienced up until now. So let's look at the most recent one, and I'm on a weekly chart because I mean that's the higher time frame is going to show you a lot more than the lower time frame. Now, when it comes to basic stuff, we just watching price action. This is why I teach price action so much, because the price action is king. Price action will tell you more than anything else, really. So a couple things. First things first is, on the way up this entire time, we had a few dips that we could have bought along the way. And so that's another thing we have to ask is, okay, up here we can see that it's the top now, but when this was happening, how do we know that it wasn't just a dip? So the thing is, we have to be consistently vigilant. As soon as, when we're in a bull run, as soon as we get price action that's showing something's about to turn around, that's the time that we should just get out and just sit on our hands. As traders, okay, and investors too. See, really, just investors are just long-term traders. If you're investing into something, most of the time, you're going to pull your money out eventually. So even if your investment is for 5 years or for 10 years or 30 years, it's still a trade, in my opinion. You're trading your dollars or whatever for this investment. So, okay, I went down to the daily because, I want to look at a few things. So knowing what we know about price action, we can see here along the whole way, we have a few dips. Now, of course, when in doubt, zoom out. So if it ever doesn't look clear on the daily, just look at the higher time frames. What we're looking for is the price action to tell us, like, okay, we should probably get out, or look for another buy opportunity, look for another opportunity. So the way that I trade in bull runs is I never sell. I don't short. So as right now, I'm not looking for sells. I'm purely looking for buys. Okay. So what that means is that if I don't see a buy, or if I see some bearish price action, until a trend is completely broken, I'm not going to get into sells. Okay. So through this whole trend, even though we have a lot of ups and downs, we can see clearly that this is an uptrend. And while it's going, although the trend line isn't like so clear, this is a trend line, and then we bust above that, and then now the trend line looks like this. It's not so clear, but what is clear is that we're not making lower lows. Every time we make a major low, we don't go lower. This one was a little confusing, right? We got a low here and a low here. But what we have to do as traders is consistently watch to see what the price action is telling us. So as I was, when I'm trading crypto, what I'm doing is I'm looking for, usually on the daily chart, a reason to get out. So first thing I'm going to look for is price action. And as soon as I get price action that tells me, okay, looks like we're at some resistance, looks like, we're kind of losing momentum, then I'm going to get out. And we have to use our entire tool belt for this. All right. So I want to come and look at this price action, this piece of price action here. Okay. This was just a dip, but how do we know, Bitcoin had never been at 7,000 before. How do we know that this wasn't the bottom, or this wasn't the top? I mean, so first things first is, as soon as we see the price start to slow, and we can see that, it's good to start taking some money off. Okay. How do we know? Well, first thing is, look at the candle bodies. These candle bodies, as we're moving up, they're pretty strong and pretty continuous the whole way until we get to here. So the candle bodies, when they're starting to shrink, that tells you that momentum is slowing down. And you're going to look for some kind of retest or some type of reversal if it's moving up. Now, if you're going sideways, we'll get to that. So candle bodies, they're pretty big, continuous in size until we get to this one. This is our first symbol or signal with the candle bodies that tell us, okay, there's a chance that the price is going to reverse, because the body isn't, they move the price up. There's a wick, but they weren't able to hold it up. Okay. True strength is if they can hold it up. Now let's look at the wicks. We can see that with that candle that closed and the previous one, we also have a couple wicks. Now, if you get a strong wick that's after a downtrend, that will mean upside. But if it's starting after an uptrend, that means that it's reversing to the downside. So we have 2 candles right here. There we have 2 good reasons to jump off and to get out. And those both would have been fine. If we didn't see those, then we finally have this inverted hammer right here, this small inverted hammer. So this right here is a strong sign of reversal. And if you're in the course, and I actually don't think you need to be in the course in Discord in trading techniques. I know I have individual candlestick patterns videos here. Boom, where are they at? Price action, trend bend, retest, trading plan. Right here, individual candlestick patterns. Amazing, amazing video, but I talk about this. All right. And so that when you see that down pressure and you see this dragonfly, well, this would be a gravestone doji or inverted. Yeah, gravestone doji. It's a sign of reversal. Now we did pump here, but same thing. We had a strong wick and we're still after a strong upward movement. Okay. So we did move down. Now when we're at a top, we're going to look for price action like that. Okay. So we come down and then we get an engulfing candle. Actually, I want to turn on the Bollinger Bands too to see if those tell us. Aha, see, and for those of you that do trade with Bollinger Bands, you guys know a bit. You know that when we start to close inside the bands, like closing outside, that's not when you want to buy. You want to buy on a retest of either the middle band or a test of the bottom band and closing inside. That's when you want to buy. And you're looking for sells, or you're definitely not looking to get in buys when we're touching the top band, because it could go down at any time. Anyways, so adding this layer on as well, we see that right at that hammer, that's when we get out because of the price action, and it's at the top of the band. This one is the first to close inside in a little while. Then this one closes down bearish. And then the next bullish move, not only do we have a strong wick, but also the body closed inside the Bollinger Band. While the bands are starting, you can see after this close, they're still kind of heading apart, but closing inside of the band with the strong wick downward, that I would not be in this trade after a strong upward movement. So, okay, finding things too. So we drew this trend line. That was the top. We ended up breaking above it. But we can now, after this price moves down, we can draw this trend line and see if the price messes with it. And so when finally over here, so we saw it was bearish over here, we came back above the moving average. On the daily, we didn't get a great entry, but maybe on the 4-hour, we could have, obviously if we're watching, we're going to watch those lower time frames, but this candle overtook this whole bearish movement. So that's another bullish sign. And when we drew this trend line here, we can see that when we broke above, we came down and we retested it. And so on this candle, we would check the lower time frame, but this could be a time to enter. But we're not looking for that right now. We're looking for how do we know when to get out? So same thing, price action. We have all this strong price action here. We know that when we close outside of the Bollinger Bands, there's a chance it will continue. That's not your time to buy. You wait for the retest, and then that's when you buy and get in. And so here we had that strong close. This told us that the price will most likely go up higher. We came in, we got a movement down, and notice that when we did move higher from here, we never closed outside of the bands. Although we got a couple times where we had symbols to get out. So first thing is right here, we get a same thing. This is an inverted, or this would be a gravestone doji because the body's really small. But after an upward movement, so we came up, and notice also, the top of a movement is resistance. And so these wicks, we were experiencing resistance at the top of this level here. So we came down, and I didn't see many signs to get in again, honestly, here on the daily. So I personally wouldn't have gotten in here, seeing these wicks, knowing what I know now, off, closing inside the bands, experiencing the resistance at this top here, I probably wouldn't have gotten in. But same thing, let's say you didn't get out here, you just kept riding it. You have 2 candles in a row that tell you, hey, it is time to get out to see what's going to happen at the very top here on the daily candle, okay? And so on the daily, we see not only a bearish candle, It's not a strong sign to get out though, but this one right here, this is a dragonfly doji. So gravestone doji is when the top wick is bigger and the bottom wick smaller. Dragonfly is when the top wick is smaller, bottom wick is bigger. That is a reversal sign. If you see this after a downward movement, that means it's going to go up. If you see this after an upward movement, it means it's going to go down. Okay. There's a good chance. Not every time, but there's a good chance, right? So we see that here on the daily right after the top. Okay. So because of this, you could have seen this close and gone out. Very top was at 19,669 based on this chart, 19,700. And you could have gotten out at like 19,000. And at that point, every time, so any one of these moments could have been the top. Here we see that this could have been a top. Here we see that this could have been a top. And obviously, where the top was. We don't know, we're not going to know exactly until the price action tells us. So we have to be super, super vigilant with that, okay? And price action, okay? People talk about volume, people talk about sells, people talk about looking at the what the sentiment is, like, are more people like scrolling Twitter, are more people bearish or bullish? In the end, price action shows all of it. Price action shows because based off of what people are doing, what's actually happening, the price is going to move. Okay. And that's how we can tell. Okay. So we have some, opportunities we're actually now what we know now, even though these are strong wicks telling us that, there's a lot of buying pressure happening down here, we're still under the Bollinger Bands. Okay. So we have strong wick here. We came down, another strong wick, strong candle, strong price action right here telling us that, okay, it's probably going to go back up. But we rejected this next candle. We rejected the moving average. So knowing what we know, as soon as we get out of a trade, as soon as we get out of something, if we're in a bull run, we have to get, before we start shorting, we have to get a sign that, okay, this is going to go down. And how do we do that? Well, the trend's going to change, right? We're going to have a shift in the trend. Zach's got to run, still learning. Great vid. Yes, Zach, thank you. Good to see you on, man. Sending all the love, brother. Anyways, when we see the trend change, that's when we know, okay, it's time to get out. And when we really see, or it's time to look for sells instead, we should already be out when we see the top or we see reasons to get out. And then when we actually see reasons that tell us the trend is changing, then we can start looking for sells. So as soon as we got this lower high, I mean, it wasn't the price action here that was convincing. It was the fact that we broke down below, that we basically bounced off the top band. We started squeezing a bit and we broke down below here. So we knew that we should get out. We didn't know it was the high. We didn't know this was the top, but we knew that we should get out, and it could retest and go higher, but the price action says don't do that yet. And so even though we got price action down here, strong wick, bounce off the bottom band, strong wick here, bounce off the bottom band, strong price action to buy right here. As soon as we get this rejection off of this moving average, I'm out of the trade. Okay. So we might've caught a little buy here. So I don't really see any other buy opportunity. Honestly, based off the daily, even this one is a reversal candle. So this pumped up here and I would look for buys, but as soon as we got that engulfing candle, I'm not looking for it again. So I don't really see any other opportunity that tells me to buy except for right here. And that doesn't last. So as soon as this candle breaks, I know I'm out. Obviously the rejection off the moving average. And then when we close here, we don't know that we have a new lower high until we make a lower low technically. But we could anticipate that lower low is coming with this price action over here. So we come up, we come down, we still have made, in this case, this low is a higher low. So we're not making a lower low yet. But as soon as we come up and test this moving average here, we can see that we have a wick that closes, that rejects it. with this white candle. We have an engulfing candle, and then we have this strong doji here. Okay, so in this case, because this is a rejection off of the moving average, I would more see this as a downward movement. If we saw this up above, like, we see it basically, where do we see it? See it right here, but that wasn't really the top. I mean, we did move down a little bit, but anyways, just the location, because we're under the moving average, and then we look at the Bollinger Bands, they're starting to spread. This right here, all this price action tells me we're going down further. And now at this point, with this price action here, is the first time that I see, okay, this is a good opportunity to get into some sells. And then you're just flipping what you're doing, right? Everything you were doing up, going all the way up, you're now just doing the same thing, but going down. So as soon as you get the price action that tells you, hey, it's time to get out of a short, then you get out, right? So you catch the short right here, and then you get this strong wick right here that tells you to get out. That right there is a strong movement. It's 13,000 to 11,000. That's a good little bit of trade, or a good bit of a trade. Then you get the price action again that tells you to short again over here, and you ride that down until it tells you to get out, which here kind of does, but here definitely does. We didn't really get an engulfing here, but we got an engulfing here. So I would say like this, and that's a short from 11,000 to 9,000. There's another good little trade. So anyway, just watch the price action, get really good with price action, study price action, get in my course if you're not. If you're still feel like you're like, I wouldn't know when a top is happening, get some coaching from me. I do coach, and my time is very valuable. I do charge a bit for my time, but you guys get me on the live stream too. So this is just ask questions on the live stream. Take full advantage of this if you don't feel comfortable yet. But if you do, and you're just like, I'm just absorbing it all, obviously just keep going, but feel free to ask questions. Feel free to, we can always get better. Like I said, I want everyone to experience abundance. I want every one of you to buy a house down here. I want to get a yacht with a few people and whatever, And so more friends I have that have money, they're going to do more stuff. I believe that's good for the world because you guys are all reflections of me, and I want to see the world shine. I want to see everyone shine. So money is a tool. It's not the only way, but money is a tool. Yeah, so let's just be safe. Now, really the best thing to do, I'll trade a little bit, and I will leverage trade a bit, but I keep it super low key. I'm using Bybit now. So because Binance is requiring that you verify your identity, I even made a Binance US account. They don't have anything. Their customer service sucks. It took them 2 weeks to get back to me on something. So I don't love it. I'm not stoked about it. So I'm using Bybit because they don't verify my identity. Use a VPN, of course. If you go into Crypto Start here, I'm using Binance. Here's my referral link. You get a $20 bonus. So cool. Anyway, my main plan though, most of my money, see, I'm just leverage trading a small amount. And so when I say small amount, like think of my whole crypto portfolio. I mean like 5% maybe of my whole portfolio that I'm gonna leverage trade. The rest I've bought into coins or NFTs or yield farms that I'm just sitting and holding. I'm just waiting, just chilling. Okay, so that's my plan. Is I'm gonna watch the main ones. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and see what they do, because I think the whole market will react to what they do for sure still, for now. And as soon as I start to see some action that tells me, okay, things are reversing, then I'm going to start to sell some of my other crypto. Okay. I have certain price levels that I'm kind of looking at for things like Fabric, for things like Saber. But in the end, I'm watching the price action. And the most important thing you could do is, especially in euphoria, it's hard because you guys, this is where it's like so important to work on your mindset. In my course, I have a little bit on the mindset. The best way to do it is to work with Maria, the hypnotherapist that I work with. She's amazing. Get some sessions from her. Program your mind for winning, for abundance, so that you can time it. But anyways, the mind is difficult. It's tricky. When you're feeling euphoria, you feel invincible in a way. And when you feel invincible, your mind will play tricks on you where you may know everything about price action and everything about charts and patterns, but if you're feeling pure euphoria, your mind's going to make you feel like you're seeing what you want to see versus maybe what's actually there. And that's why it's really imperative to, when you're starting to feel that type of euphoria, it's time to take some money off the table. Okay. Even in the challenge with it is like, well, it's going up so far and so fast. I mean, it'll probably just keep going up forever. As soon as you have that thought, that is the time to sell. And this is so much easier said than done. So much easier said than done. But watch the group. When you see, if you get to the point, when you get to the point and you see life-changing money in crypto, forex, or anything, where like, okay, this is really gonna change my experience. I'm gonna experience something different. For some people, it's 10,000. For some people, it's 10 million. Just depends. So when you get to that point of seeing that amount that you're like, wow, I'm gonna live differently, it's time to take money off the table. I don't care if it were to go triple from there. It's time to take some off the table for sure and enjoy it. Because what's the point? You're just gonna watch the numbers go up, but utilize it. So yeah, anyways, long tangent, but that's how I feel in crypto. And I'm saying this all from experience, because all the things that I say to do, it's because I've done the opposite. All the things I say not to do is because I've done them. I've experienced them. So one time over the course of 5 hours of trading, leverage trading Bitcoin, I turned $300 into $5,000 in just like 4 or 5 hours. A lot of caffeine, I think I had pre-workout at that time. No, actually at that time I had, it was pre-workout. Lots of bad stuff. Not good for your heart. The amazing thing is I can perform better now without those things. It's pretty tight. But that's the possibilities that you can see when you really get in the flow and you're figuring it out. Just do whatever gets you in the flow. And then when you're in flow state, you're moving around and like dancing a bit and singing and whatever, how you're feeling flowy. That's when you trade. And you can do a lot of really cool things with it. So that emotion that I felt after turning 300 into 5,000, because then I'm like doing the math, like, okay, if I did 300 to 5,000, what can I turn 5,000 into? I started seeing those and feeling euphoria and feeling overconfident. And then I lost the 5,000 over the course of like 3 days after that. So just because of that emotion. Anyway, that was a long time ago. Okay, so what I'm watching right now, I have a list of the coins that I'm watching when it comes to trading crypto here in Bybit. Now, I will say Bybit doesn't have as many options to trade as Binance does, but still really, really good, and they work. They're never down. So I've mainly been watching AVAX because I know it's got a good strong movement ahead of it sometime. So I've just been kind of watching, waiting for an entry. I actually feel like it's kind of right now, but I'm waiting for a little bit more confirmation. We saw a little bit so on the 4 hour, we're seeing some, bullish, not bullish, but reversal type price action. This is technically a higher low. We're closing inside of the bands. All this looks good, but on the 1 hour, we've experienced some resistance off the top band. So, but the bands are squeezing. And yeah, I'm also watching Tezos. I think Tezos could go to, it's at $8 right now. It's been experiencing some decent run upward. Bottom in July was $2. We're up to 8 now. I think this could easily go to 16 plus. So watching this, also moving down, want to let it breathe a bit, but just the price action tells me we're moving. Soylent, no, Tezos. Tezos is the name. Tezos is also a layer 1. So Ethereum is a layer 1. What that means, that's like the best word to call it, but it's it's a platform that other people can build on top of. That's what a layer 1 is. So Tezos is a layer 1, Ethereum, Solana, and AVAX is another layer 1. AVAX is really fast, but I want you guys to know, like, I think Solana is the best. I think Solana is the best, and anyone that thinks otherwise is crazy. There's just so much going on, and Solana, in the short time that it's existed, the movements that it's made, oh my goodness. In December, you guys could have bought Solana for like $2. It's now.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's Uliana.
Of course.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, good. So I have a question with Solana. So I was just talking about it with another friend. He's in crypto, and he's like, do you know how Solana is allocated? And I said, well, no. And he sent me a site. I'm trying to look up my conversation with him right now because I didn't know about it, but pretty much it's like the allocation, it's like not much to the public, and it's to the people who pretty much, I think, created Solana. I'm not sure, but let me send the site to the chat right now so we can take a look at it, because
yeah, for sure.
After he told me that, I was a bit surprised.
So Solana is more, they have more backing from the owners of FTX. Those are the people who put the money in. And so, yes, to get the network to succeed in the beginning, especially, just like Bitcoin, there was only like 2 people mining it. And actually Bitcoin, after like 2013, most of the miners are located in China, like 60 to 70% up until just this year. So I'm not surprised, and I actually truly believe that, yeah, in the beginning. But I know that now, after actually witnessing the whole Solana network go down and watching the process of them coming back up, watching the developer Discord, watching the different nodes and their, seeing their locations a bit, it's definitely a lot more decentralized. But I'm sure that people who were there in the beginning, yeah, they probably hold a lot of the hash power, the hash rate. But yeah, definitely send that article. I'd love to check it out. Love to look more into
Yeah, I'm
it.
trying to find it right now, and I'll send it. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. And we'll go over that. But what I want to say too is, for me, I'm not so much worried about the decentralization of the layer 1, because Ethereum is pretty spread out. But same thing in the beginning of Ethereum, the reason why the creators have so much money of all these coins is, you have to think about it. They're there in the beginning. They're the ones that, if they're mining or staking or whatever, they're the ones that are earning while the network is just getting started, and they have to make sure that the network is always up and running. So they're obviously, with most coins now, you're going to see that. And then over time, because it's a decentralized thing, obviously more people believe in it, and people that have money, they love a coin, they want to earn from it. Any of us right now can become a validator for Solana. A validator is just like a miner, or basically you're staking. The cost of that, forget the amount of Solana, but I know right now it equates to about 700,000, something like that. A lot of coins are like that. You have to have a lot of value to be able to, to stake, to be able to secure the network. So that, there's not very many people in the world that have that much in value. There are a lot, but we can also look at Solana node. Let's just check. But why I'm so bullish on Solana is because, one, they're backing. Two, the speed. So far, there is not a blockchain that exists that is as fast as Solana. Three, all the things that are being built on Solana, like, oh my gosh, you can't build half the things that are being built on Solana. You wouldn't be able to build them on Ethereum because it's just too, what's the word? Stuffed up. There's just too many things on there, too many transactions going through. This is kind of an article. Trustless network is one of the blockchain industry's hallmarks. Yeah, I don't know. Solana node location, node map. Yeah, and to me, I would say that, especially while a network's running, because Solana has only been available, let's see, April 2020. So year and a half. And to me, it's actually, when you have people who really, like the people who created the network or funded it, even if they have a lot of the nodes, to me, it's the belief behind it. Like they're willing to put everything behind it to make it succeed. And that to me is even more bullish. Because what's cool is we can all become contributors to the network. But also, instead of just becoming a validator, which costs a lot, we could become contributors by using the network. So there's all these other decentralized exchanges being built on Solana, and there's decentralized games being built on Solana. So I would argue that the same thing, Ethereum, not as much, but I would just say in the beginning of Ethereum, the first year or two, that the nodes were just as centralized as Solana probably is, but I know that it's much, much better than it was. So, and we have to know though, both sides, like why is it important that something is decentralized? Well, because obviously the whole idea of cryptocurrency is to take away central power. And so what Uliana was talking about, just in case any of you that might not understand, is that if all the nodes are owned by some of the same people, that gives them power over the network. All right, right? It's democratic in a way, these networks. So, you vote on things, but obviously, how do you vote, right? The majority have to want something, and that what the majority want is what happens. So if these validators are owned, majority of the validators are owned by a central, entity or individuals, then they have the voting power. So they will be able to basically make happen whatever they want to happen. But I believe that, so FTX is amazing. Sam Bankman-Friedman, I forget, Sam Friedman, whatever. He's the guy he's the CEO of FTX, and he's also the main creator of, here's his Twitter, by the way. Also the creator of Solana, or one of the funders of Solana. And they started with basically being traders. They ran a quantitative analysis firm. Anyways, made a lot of money trading, created their own exchange, FTX, and then started things like Solana. FTX has just announced they're creating a what's the word, PAC, basically a committee that's specifically meant to go to the government to assist them in creating laws for crypto adoption. FTX made that for the United States, which is amazing. So to me, what we're getting at is Solana is a much better network, and it's much safer for us as humans, for our freedom, than something like we currently use, such as Visa, MasterCard, banks. So because many people can contribute. You have these people who are really looking to open up all politicians to this new technology, who are also funding Solana, and no other crypto group, no other company, no one is doing that in the United States. So that's another reason. Yeah, and Solana can process 400,000 transactions per second. Even if Solana became centralized and it was just like ran by a certain amount of people, profits don't care about politics. And so as a trader, I would look at that and I would think, okay, we got the one group, the only group who has a whole committee they're paying to just go and lobby at the US government for them to adopt crypto. And arguably, I don't think arguably, for sure, the US is the largest, has the largest GDP, has the most money out of any country, I believe. And if I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe that's the case. And so they're sharp for doing that because they are looking to make the US government happy enough to promote cryptocurrency. That's pretty tight. And imagine that inflow of capital, imagine everybody who uses Robinhood. I mean, there's a lot of people who use Robinhood who are trading crypto, but imagine all the old money, all the people who have a bank account, all the people who use a debit card. Imagine they're all using crypto, because right now it's only 2% of the world, maybe 3% of the world actually own crypto. So anyway, Masari.io. Check that out. Ethereum is great, but the transaction speed is so slow and the fees are crazy. Yes, exactly. Even when Solana's super congested. It's no bueno. Masari.io. It looks like an exchange, huh? Yeah, and that's another thing too, is Ethereum will work out their kinks, and like next year sometime they have an update that should totally get rid of the problem that there is with gas fees next year. If I'm a company looking to build on blockchain and I'm like, I have the money right now, I'm ready to go, I'm ambitious. Am I gonna go to Ethereum because next year it'll be ready? Or am I just gonna go somewhere that's ready now? Solana is ready now. Cardano ready now, right? But Solana is even better than Cardano. Faster, more efficient. So I think Solana, for sure, this bull run will overtake Cardano. You have my word. Yeah, you have my word. And I do believe that eventually it will overtake Ethereum. So I'm not going to give my word on that one, but that's 5 to 10 years from now. So it's happening. It's happening. I find that like there's Bitcoin maxis, people that are like Bitcoin only, that's all we need. Didn't really buy into Ethereum or anything. And so they miss out. And I feel like now there's Ethereum maximalists that don't really buy into other layer ones. So it's just like, gotta look at technology. It's like thinking the first iPhone is the best. And that just because it's the first, there's nothing like it before. We should use that phone 10 years later, even though there's much better ones out there. And here's the thing is, guys, I'm a Solana fanboy, for sure. But as soon as something comes out that's better, cooler, got better marketing, got better things being built on it, as soon as that happens, then okay, I'm gonna put all my money there. But as of right now, Solana is the best thing I see. AVAX is a lot smaller, so there's a lot of opportunity for it to run up. But yeah, and when I say Solana, like, yes, buy the actual Solana coin, but also put your money on top of in things that are built on Solana. All this money is going to run. People are going to find it's going to click. All this money that's in Ethereum. There's a lot of money that will go from Ethereum to Solana. The NFT space that's already starting to happen. So anyway. Sometimes I watch crypto just to kind of see what's going on. It's a good way to get some other stuff that I might not, get a glance, but you got to make sure you're following the right people. So crypto Twitter is great. A lot of information on there, a lot of good, like everyone who's in crypto is on Twitter, or been in crypto for a while, I should say, is on Twitter. And so just finding the right people. I retweet some things and stuff. You can follow me, but I don't tweet a lot. Yeah, but here, never make a decision based off Twitter. Make sure you're making decisions based off your own self, off your own, alignment. So you could follow someone and maybe they're really good, but making trades is bad. I have a question. Someone says, is there a minimum amount you can transfer in Solana? It's not, first of all, no question is ever dumb. Ever, never, ever, 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 never, ever, never. And that's what's amazing is with Ethereum, if I wanted to send $5, it's like, bro, your fees are going to be 15. You can't do that. If I want to send Solana, the average fee is under a penny. So if I send $1, it I might get 99 cents, but yeah, you could send $1. Yeah. So when the network is extremely congested, the most I've ever seen a fee is like $1.20. I saw it on Solana. $1.20. So yeah, there can be some fees if you're sending small amounts, but bro, Venmo, if I want to do an instant transfer to my bank, that charges me, I don't even remember, like 1% or something. I don't know. So just, if you transfer, you just got to make sure you're transferring less than or more than the fee, what the fee is, of course. But if the fee's under a penny, there you go. Okay, I've just been talking about a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. Let's check some trades out. So GBP odd, we made a buy yesterday, and I actually was looking earlier at this price action. I'm not sure I want to exit. I was kind of waiting for this retest, see what happens, because we did close outside of the band. However, on this hourly, this bearish candle is engulfing. But we're 2 minutes away from a close, and we're closing above the moving average. The way it looks as of now. Here on the 15-minute though, we are below. So that's not the best. It's not what we want to see. We'll wait for the close, of course. But there's a chance we might just hop out of this trade because of that price action. 4 hour, make a little bit of profit, buy us some lunch. I'm up $400 on it right now, so it's okay. It's lunch money from the dollar menu, but it's okay. It's better than nothing. But it could continue up from here. I'm just kind of waiting for this close. GBP Cad. Let's see what's happening here. I drew this out yesterday as a sell, waiting for the price action. It looks like we're starting to get it now. But we'll see. I still think a sell is super valid. We're just kind of getting some sideways action until then. So no follow through, you know? I saw both these wicks here. And initially I was like, okay, maybe it'll go up, but there just hasn't been the follow through. And the 4 hour looks bearish. The weekly has definitely more downside to experience. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see on that. So what do we want to see to hop in? We just want to see more bearish price action. So I want this low to be broken at this point. And you know, we could bounce from here. May go up, but didn't actually make this trade. Those are the two charts that I got confused, actually. I thought that I posted that chart earlier because I tried to put flags on the ones and I wasn't paying attention. Yesterday was really slow for me. Like my eye was really slow. It was weird energy, but it's good to rest up. Yeah. Always good to take care of thyself. In whatever way, whatever way you feel. This actually looks like it could go up higher though. Okay, because we kind of like, do you guys see what I see? Here we have kind of a resistance, right? I mean, from here, I count these. And then here's a breakout, clearly, close above, pretty strong. Then we're kind of retesting this whole area. So maybe we'll hold, guys. Maybe we'll hold. That's a good close on the hourly. So the way the hourly closed, I don't want to close it. 15-minute though, I don't know, guys. Let's see about 30-minute. My mind's telling me no. See the high time frame hourly, like we're getting basically a bounce, but it wasn't strong. We did have a strong wick. And so sometimes these candles are continuation candles. So the best thing to do would be to move stop loss to right there, 1.869. So let's do that. Move stop loss to 1.869. Let me do that for everyone. At everyone. Eight, 6, 9. Cool. Now we're not gonna lose. And if it goes up, we'll win more. Okay, why did I move the stop loss there? I moved the stop loss there because it is the hourly close. To me, I feel like we still could go up, but we can't ignore that strong engulfing candle here. Because we have this strong bullish candle and this candle, just one candle overtook it. So we could totally go up here though, because we just bounced off the moving average. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of room to move upward. 4 hour though, we just had some really strong wicks pushing us down, even though it would still be considered a breakout on the 4 hour, definitely considered a breakout on the 1 hour. So yeah, there's a chance we could go up, but this way we're in profit, just barely. That might be for me like $100 win, nothing crazy. But trade is still valid. Why am I thinking? Oh, see, actually, look at this. I remember drawing this. My boy Sue yesterday drew this on his chart. This resistance level, and so actually we could have made our target right there and got out. That was a perfect hit, but I'm still thinking we go up here. Yeah, because that's clearly the first resistance level, right? And that would have been a perfect trade. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna go down. And it is already a little bit. You know what? What does the 5 minute look like? Yeah, no, keeping our stop loss right where it's at is the way. But you know, here this looks like it's gonna go down for sure. I'm pretty confident of it. So let me wait for 5-minute close on this. It's not often I'm on live stream on the 5-minute charts, but 5-minute chart can tell you what the next things are gonna do. Okay, so I do like that close that we close inside the bands. We have a tight squeeze, and look what happened after the last tight squeeze. We shot up. We did hit resistance pretty good. Okay, so I don't know. We're squeezing again. We're squeezing again, but we had a low over here, and we have not closed. Well, yeah, we closed the body below, so we have made a new low for sure, and could continue. But 5-minute, basically, if the 5-minute closes without much of a bottom wick, then we should probably hop out, especially if it closes below the body of this white candle here. Then I'll probably will hop out. But we got 20 seconds. Anything can happen. Now or never. Looks like it might be never. So we're gonna jump out of this trade. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna close it. Wait for a better reentry. Hold on, let me pray about it. Okay, I just said, should I close the trade in my head? Got a resounding yes. Oh, but I don't know, man, that 1 hour and 2. Okay, I'm gonna follow my gut. Closing it here. For a $414 profit. Closing GBP odd here. Waiting for cool. Post the profit. Small trade. Small trade, small trade. Okay. So, let's see if we can find another trade. So I'm going to go out to the hourly chart. I have a resistance level drawn here. So since we're at resistance, it's not something I want to enter. Not at all. This one we broke. We're about to break this other level too on Euro odd. Let's see what the 4-hour looks like. Oh yeah, 4 hours ready to dip. Let's see what the daily looks like. Daily looks that way as well. If we break though, honestly, this isn't a trade I want to enter. If it was up here, possibly, probably. We got the bands coming together. And so to me, we're right at support. This candle has 2 hours and 50 minutes left. It does look like it's going to head down. Not something we want to enter though. Not at the moment, but all this price action here and here looks like it should be heading down. So I don't want to make it though, like I was saying, just because we're at support. It can bounce at any time. And the bands are heading together on the 4-hour. On the daily, the bands are definitely heading apart, but we're all the way at the bottom band already. So like I said, it would have been better to enter earlier, but at the moment, not now. Yeah, guys, I just want to say, just because I'm reminded about the last message, just saying that the question might be dumb, but especially with crypto, it's so new. So ask me anything. Don't feel uncomfortable. In the group, ask me, ask Andrew. Someone in the group knows it, and if we don't, then we know someone that does. Or we know where to look. Okay, so Okay. Gold seems to be going down a bit. So let's pop off what we were seeing. Gold looks like it's ready to start moving upward. We're creating higher lows. Yesterday's daily close was a good bounce. We're not totally out of the bag yet, not like fully bullish yet, but just the way of the world, it's gonna run up sometime. And as traders, this is traders delight. Oh my gosh, I was back here in last year. Oh, I traded. I was staring at charts this whole movement upward, and it was such a good time. I was watching the hourly chart and just every retest just buying, getting out when the price action said buying more, getting out. And I think we'll experience some of that movement, that type of trading. So we just want to look for price action that tells us everything's going well. Look at that daily close too. We've gotten 2 candles in a row, 2 reversal candles in a row on the weekly. I'm sorry, I said daily, but I meant weekly. We have this inverted or this dragonfly doji and I'm sorry, Greystone doji and dragonfly doji. We got both of them. So strong reversal sign. When we see confirmation, basically on the daily, I want to see us break resistance. I want to see us above the moving average. We got this resistance level here. You know, I mean, I'll move this up even. $22.86. This one. Okay, gold Gdp Cad. See the 1 hour. Cool. Last one, our close was strong, but just because we haven't made a new lower low, I'm not yet there. We had a strong wick off the bottom band. It does look like we'll continue, but it's not the best signal yet to get to enter. I want to wait till we make a new low, or at least start to. So I got an alert right here under this last low, and we're watching. Okay, USD CHF. Let's see. Kind of moving up. We touched the bottom band. We're about to hit on the 4 hour, the moving average here, and it's taking a lot of candles to get up there. So I would probably expect a bit of a rejection right around now, and then that we head lower from here potentially. You know what? I just want to chart crypto, guys, because it's just there. Okay, so let's talk about AVAX really quick, because I posted AVAX trade in the thing, and I've talked about AVAX, really good trade. It will go to 110 plus. I gotta take profit at 108. Okay, so looking at the daily chart, I'm gonna find a better chart that has more data. AVAX is pretty new though, so. You could have bought AVAX thing for $2 as well in December. It's at 65, and maybe it matches Solana. Let's check the Solana, the total supply 488, but I think it moves. Oh no, 488 million. Circulating supply 297 million. Let's see what Avalanche is. 220 million. Wow. Avalanche will probably get up to what Solana is right now. 165. It's not crazy, but I'm going for a quick double and then I'm out. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? So I'm just watching for a buy opportunity. I've been kind of like scalping here and there, just doing buys, but the price action has been so slow. You know, I was watching a lot of yesterday and just see we haven't really been doing much. I bought on this candle and then I sold again just because we didn't get follow through. So I want to see mainly on the 1 hour. I just want to see some kind of consistent, okay, here's a higher high, here's a higher low. I just want to start to see a little bit of a climb, and then on the 4-hour confirmation as well. So this could be a bottom, but also we keep moving a little bit lower. Bollinger Bands are spreading apart. So, I mean, until I get absolute confirmation, I do have some, but that I'm holding, and I'm holding for long term. But I marked this up as a trade with the stop loss below 60, 59. I still think that's a good level. So if you're trading this and you're doing a swing trade, if you're trading this, I would get out for the moment and let's just wait for confirmation. Let's get it in at a better time. I thought we did have that action before. I made that trade call back here and it was perfect, but we've since then kind of, gotten out of that. So, yeah, just wait. But if you're not trading and you're just investing, then we good. Sue asked me what are my thoughts on GJ? Let's check GJ really quick. Okay, so GJ, first things first, I'm going to the hourly, and we have been going up. That is bullish. If we could have entered on the last candle or two, that would have been good. Oh, I'm on the 30-minute. I meant to go to the hourly. We're at a resistance level. Okay, why is it resistance? Because here on the hourly, I can look back at September 17th. We had a high here, which showed it was resistance. We also had support here at the same level. So we're at that level now. So definitely not a place that I would want to get in at the moment. Now, if we break above that and we retest it, that would be a good chance to get in and have it go higher. So the Bollinger Bands are spreading apart on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So it could very well continue. But this is not for me an entry in any way. So daily has some more upside as well, but we've been in a downtrend. This downtrend is kind of changing up, so we could be changing momentum to head up higher. But we still have this resistance at the top of this candle here that we have yet to break. So yeah, I would say not a buy opportunity for me at the moment. I want to see a break and a retest, or just some kind of retest right now. Whether we go up a little higher and then come down and retest, or we come down now and retest. I'd like to see that probably at least on the hourly. 4-hour would be ideal, but either way. But yeah, it does look like it'll head up for sure. Okay, Meat says 3 losses in a row yesterday. He marked up USD CHF but never jumped in. Turns out it was the winner. Never interpret market data in a fear state. Boom. Big lesson. Yes, never, ever, 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 never. Ask yourself, yo, before you even open your computer or you pop open your iPad or your phone to look at charts, before you do any of that, ask yourself a few questions. Do I feel abundant? Yes or no? Do I feel peaceful? Yes or no? Do I feel neutral? Yes or no? Do I feel any emotion at all? Yes, and here's what it is. No. Well, okay. Ask yourself those questions, and if you have a yes to any of those, am I feeling any emotion? Am I feeling fearful? Am I feeling abundant? If I'm feeling abundant, yes, trade. Do I feel like a winner? Do I feel like a champion? Yes, trade. Do I feel fearful? No. Or yeah. Okay. No, not gonna trade today. But good, man. That's the 3 losses. That's okay. That's why we're in the demo account. That's what's great is we're learning these now instead of losing real money. So Eliana says, where do we buy AVAX? Let me tell you. You can get AVAX on Binance, looks like. Woo Network. Yeah, where do I have it? You can also get it on Bybit. Also in Coinbase, pretty sure. Might be in Coinbase too. Let's check that. Yeah, the way I'm trading it is, or buying it really is mostly Bybit. Avalanche is on Coinbase, confirmed. Confirmed. So yeah, we waiting for the price action. Yeah, I was saying, yo, let's try more crypto, but it's not really moving right now. So actually, let's see some lines really quick. I got this trade, I drew out the Bitcoin one. Bitcoin 86K. Let's freaking go. But let's draw some lines really quick. Oh shoot. There we go. Didn't mean to move that. Okay, got a bit of a trend. I don't know, it's not the best trend line here, but it looks okay. I don't know. Really what I want to see is us when we break 53,000, then we're off to the races. I mean, we might experience some resistance along the way, but there we go. Okay, and I want to show you guys one more thing. Fibonacci retracement. How did I get 86K? I use Fibonacci. So I use my Fibonacci retracement tool, line it up with the high, drag it down to the low. Here's kind of like a, we could go all the way to the bottom, but I choose to line up with this low, which puts us at a level of 86K for the next Fibonacci level. A lot of times we go all the way through and higher. So let's see, maybe we go to 180K plus. Right now I'm planning for 86 and I'll make decisions based off of how we do around there. 150K is not crazy. 180K isn't really that crazy either. Let's do the same thing for Ethereum. Ethereum will definitely see. I was thinking 8,000 as well. 8,800. Yeah, we got a level at 6,000 Ethereum, 8,800, and then the top at about 13,000. I think Ethereum will top off, yeah, somewhere between 10 and 30,000. So, I think Solana will freaking rip, guys. I think Solana will probably get to what Ethereum's at now in market cap. Now Ethereum's obviously going to go up on its own too. But let me tell you what I think Solana will go to. So it's at 166 right now. Actually, we want to do this. $400 billion. $409 billion divided by 50 billion. I'm just gonna do 400 divided by 50 billion. Okay, it's an 8x times 162, right? 168 times 168. All right, so Solana will go at least 1,300, 1,200 is what I've been calling, but this year, well, this year, maybe this year, but between now and June of next year, I think. So, yeah, so with Ethereum, you can get, I think it looks like 12,000, which is a 4x from here. Solana to, if it goes to 1200. Oops. 1200 divided by 168. That's a 7x. So I just have a better investment in Solana. It's equally as secure, if not more secure than Ethereum as an investment. So anyway, oh, one last thing, guys. Fabric. Okay, everyone knows about Fabric. I've talked about it. Messed up, guys. Fabric released NFTs officially, and I totally missed it. But they're called Fab Punks, and they're actually kind of cool. 10,000 of them, 1.5 sold each. They sold out in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So yeah, man, pretty crazy. So I'm pretty stoked about it. But just more marketing, you know, it'll blow up the name a little bit. I don't know if they're available. I'll probably buy one if they're available. You get perks with holding it. Fab Punks. We have to be careful too, because someone could have created a, I don't know, we'll see. There's a couple different art spots. There's Soul C. I think Solan Art has the most. Explore NFTs. Yeah, okay. I don't see any. But I don't know. This page looks like it could be it for them, Fab Punks, but it doesn't really look like I'm not sure what's going on. It looks cool, but maybe not. But anyway, I think the only place you'll be able to get them is from the Discord. So you'd have to find someone on the Discord willing to sell. And I don't know. So I'm gonna join the Fabric Discord right now and mess with it. Maybe we can grab one. So well, cool guys, wrapping it up. I'm gonna look at charts, but I gotta repeat, guys, and sending love in this. And I apologize to anyone if I'm letting you down. I'm gonna look at Forex as I'm inspired to do so. But my main focus is crypto charts at the moment. And so that's why I want everyone to be involved. If I don't see a trade pop up, you know, in the next couple hours, I'll be trading. I'll be charting Forex. So I have a couple coaching sessions as well. And usually we chart on the coaching sessions. So might get some in there too. So you can find a trader on then. But main focus is crypto right now. Follow the money, you know, because, you know, this opportunity that I feel in my bones may be happening, you know, but over the next few months, crypto runs really high. You know, it could be like the last bear run was for a year or two. And you can short and you can make money in bear runs, but real money is made in the bull runs for sure. For sure, for sure. So being wary, being careful. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna send you guys all some love and some joy and abundance. And I'm thinking I'm gonna work with Andrew. Andrew's back in Tulum. He's at a yoga retreat though, a 3-week intensive. So but I think he's moving in with me after that. We're gonna be going in on just making the group better, doing what we can. So pending soon, we've been talking about a giveaway. So we're gonna look at that. But I want to start doing some giveaways of some cool NFTs, of trading accounts, crypto, all that. So I want to make the group just super tight, super dope. Anyways, any suggestions on that, or anything you guys would like to see in the group? Would love that. If there's anything that is in the group that you would like to not see anymore, would love that as well. Just anyway, we want to make it to where this is the only place that you need to come for all things trading, all things crypto, all things Forex. So, you know, there's some work that we can do to do that, but definitely anything you guys would like to see that you don't, please reach out. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. And as soon as I get back in on AVAX and others, I will of course let you guys know in the group. So you're all tight. All the love, all the time. Oh yeah, tomorrow's live stream is at 9 p.m. Remember that. So you won't get a reminder tonight in the group. It will show up tomorrow in the AM. Okay. So tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. New York time. So nice shirt again. Thank you. This one's like a poncho. It's pretty warm. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, all the love, guys. Talk to you soon. See you tomorrow.